lot of people are suspicious that you know more about this than you're telling.
His mistress?
You sent him seductive pictures the day after he buried his wife.
Finally speaks out.
You move in how long after her death?
It was a couple of weeks.
He said you were the nanny, but in fact you were his lover.
Yes.
Hard questions.
Did he ever give you any warning signs that he wanted to get rid of his wife? Did you ever meet Michele? Did she know he was having an affair with you? Are you still in love with him?
Shocking new revelations.
You represented that you were married to him, and you used as your wedding date the day that his wife was buried.
Let me explain this.
A daytime exclusive.
Did he invite you to her funeral?
No, I wanted to get my respects.
You disrespected her in life, but you wanted to pay your respects to her in death.
When you're in love with someone, it's very easy to be very delusional. And you see what you want to see, and you trust what you want to trust.
Do you believe he is guilty, or do you believe he's innocent?
I believe.
The doctor, his wife, his mistress, the murder.
Okay, I'm glad you're here. Everyone knows this story, and everyone thinks that you were involved, which of course you were involved in some way, but you say you were not involved in any way with the death of this woman, right?
That's correct.
I mean, I want to give you a chance to say that right straight up front.
Absolutely.
All right, but you were involved because you were involved with her husband.
Yes.
And you had been for how long of a period of time?
It was a little over a year. It was about 15 months, I think.
Okay. And tell me, what is it you want people to know? Just right off the top, why you want to be here and what it is you want people to know about you.
The portrayal of the media has been very, very harsh. It has been very hard. I never signed up for this, and I am a real person, and you know, I've made mistakes, and I'm sorry for them. I guess I would say, you know, try not to judge unless you have been in similar circumstances, and so you have some sort of personal insight into it. It's been a very, very hard time. Hard experience, hard lessons learned.
What is it that's been said about you that isn't true? You were his mistress.
I was.
And the truth is that even the most naive observer would have to consider that you were potentially an incentive for him to kill his wife, which a jury just found him guilty of.
Yeah.
The jury find the defendant as to count 1, murder, guilty.
The idea that I was incentive is appalling to me, and it's very hard to swallow.
But you have to understand,
I
he
do
meets
understand.
you, takes up with you, is now convicted of killing her, and you move in how long after her death?
It was a couple of weeks.
And when you moved in, there was a deception to the family members, right? Because he said you were the nanny,
Yes.
but in fact, you were his lover.
I had been, yes.
Okay. So you understand.
I understand.
Those things those are just the facts. And one could then conclude that you were an incentive to this, and I think it is a huge leap to say, therefore, you were involved in her death and you helped plan it or you did anything. I don't mean to imply that at all. That would be a huge leap, but you do have to understand.
I understand.
If his mind was demented enough that he needed her out of the way to have full time with you, that then you were an incentive to him in his world. It could have been the case.
Yes.
Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.